Hey, so for today, I have some pistol squat box work for you, which is a good, I don't know if I would call it the first thing maybe you should do, because I believe you should actually get really comfortable in the bottom position of the squat first. So I'm going to show you this exercise, and then I'm going to show you another exercise that you should do with it so that you're getting both the top and the bottom positions better. And so let's go take a look at this little squat now, all right?
So when you first start, lift your leg as high as you can. It might not be high initially, but you'll get there till it's like horizontal with the ground. Now you can start at the top and work your way down, but you may end up doing a little bit of a free fall. So if you start at the bottom, it allows you to sort of get tight and squeeze into the position so everything's already set. It's kind of like a self spot. So squeeze at the bottom and then work your way up, and then you're ready to go from the top down. Helps you find your balance. If you feel like you're falling back a little bit, you put your hands out front. It's a little bit of a counterweight. Now, also when you start at the bottom, you may notice that one hip is a little bit forward or shifted left or right from the other, and that might be your weak side. There's some things we can do to work on that, and certain muscles that may be weak. I'll show you an exercise here coming up in about a minute that will help with that. Also, you may hear a lot to push through your heel, but really you should be pushing through the whole part of your foot, concentrating on the midfoot, because if you're off of your toes, if you don't push off of your toes, you'll actually lack a lot of balance. So I was back on my heel too far for a while from powerlifting squatting, and it really ruined my balance. So you can start with a higher bench as well, and this is like sort of 90 degrees in the legs-ish. You can start higher than that if you need to. And see here, I've let go all the tension, so I've fully sat down, which isn't really going to be like the normal pistol squat. So when you do it, you actually want to squeeze forward, pull your leg underneath you so that you can push through the whole foot. And when you come down, just touch and go. Just touch and go. Try not to release the full tension so that you sit back, because that's not going to help you when you get rid of the chair or as the depth goes down. So here's that other exercise that will help you out, because you might find a lot of times that it's actually something in your hips. So this is where you start if you've got very sore knees. Okay, you can do these a lot, multiple times a day, just to stay loose. And as you feel better, you start going lower and lower until the hands aren't so much of a deal and you're actually just squatting and twisting. And that's all a matter of your knee moving forward over your toe versus trying to squat back, because then you fall. That's kind of why I don't like the deck squat as a progression for the pistol squat. So on this knee here, I'm finding that if you lack internal rotation, you'll find this exercise very challenging, and that's also something that will cause your knee to wobble as you're trying to learn the pistol squat. So what I'm doing here is I base off of one hand, I kick the leg out and pull it back in. So it's a kick out and then pull it back in, kick back out and lift. That's the second evolution. It's a little bit harder, and that's working my adductor or the inner thigh. And that really helps you, along with like glute med and all those things, to stabilize your hips. So you don't have to do the kick out initially. Just do a bunch of the pull ins towards the knee and then move on to the next one. Here's from the side. So here, this is when the knees kind of don't hurt.
Okay, so you saw that on the first one, you get that sort of top strength and the stability of balancing on one leg. Also, like I was on carpet there, maybe you want to do it on like a hardwood floor or a lifting platform or something like that, hard gym floor, just to give you your stability, but maybe not because you want to work the ankles, right? That's neither here nor there. But if you want to work your ankle stability and all that with balancing on one leg, it's really great to get that top range, starting high on something and then going to a chair, maybe going a little lower and lower. But the problem is you'll find if you have knee pain, you'll hit the spot where a hard loading on it and going down and hitting that spot will really make you want to back away, and you'll get a little scared of it. But with the second exercise, where you're in that bottom position, easing yourself in, moving around, greasing your knees, greasing your ankles, you'll start to notice certain joints or movements that aren't working right. Like for me, example, my right leg pulls in nice, right? Great, no pain in my right leg. Left leg, you go to pull it in and it kind of feels like I can't get it pulled in enough. And then you realize, oh, my adductor's weak. Well, if my adductor's weak on the bottom, when I'm standing up, my balance will be off on my pistol. My body knows my balance is off on my pistol squat. It's not going to allow me to go into a vulnerable position. So there's the stop game on that. So pistol squat, bench work, great for building up the strength on the top part. But the second exercise, which I don't even really have a name for, I learned it from Brad Terrell. He has a yoga Instagram feed. Really good stuff there. Do that exercise to find out where your little weak spots are in your stabilizing muscles in your hip, knee, and ankle, and work on that, because it's something that's not heavy. It's not a heavy load. You can do it all the time, multiple times a day, to get blood in there and to rehab a knee, ankle, hip problem, and to build up on your shortcomings so that the pistol squat will come faster. It was kind of a breakthrough thing for me, so you should give it a shot, and please let me know if it helps you, and if you try the second movement, let me know what happened. Where did you discover that, like, oh, you're twisting left and right and something's not happening where it should be, and we'll have a chat about that below. All right, thanks, bye.